I forgot that we had cows here. It's great that we have them so close.
Yeah.
It's so great. You can hear them at night time. Aye. So the title of this painting is A Moment in the Essence of Loneliness. It's hard to talk about this painting. I just finished this painting. It's literally been just taken off the easel. I started it at the start of June. It was around 3 months. Paul McKenna, he runs the McKenna Gallery down in Omagh. I knew that he was going to cattle marts, and they were very important to him. They are very important to him. He comes from a farming background, and I was interested. There's something that just made me interested. I guess my brothers and my father would have went to Rafo Cattle Mart just up the road, but I'd never been. I'd seen one of the photographs that Paul had taken of a cattle mart in the Glens of Antrim, and the space just looked amazing. So as he was saying, it's the last remaining kind of old traditional cattle ring. I think the mostly now are more kind of modern. So that this particular cattle mart in the Glens of Antrim, it's very kind of traditional and old. It was shaped like an amphitheatre, and so that immediately just caught my attention. Just the space. So I went there, and I felt uncomfortable being there because it's very much a man's environment, and I didn't belong there. It's obviously I wasn't part of I wasn't one of the farmers, and I wasn't there buying cattle or anything. I was out of place. I was intruding on their space as well. I was there really just to see the cattle. Paul had given me a lot of background information about the cattle and how they're moved, from their original herd, the herd that they would have grown up with. Like this cow in particular, like say for example, that would have been separated from the herd that it would have been born with, and suddenly just separated from them and brought in a trailer and taken a long distance, maybe a lot of hours, cramped in a space, taken to this place, and they're taken into this little space, and they're only in that ring for about a minute and a half. That's why I was drawn to paint the cow anyway, because it's extremely vulnerable there in that environment, that cattle mart. It's in a metal structure, a building, and there's little slivers of daylight there. I indicate a hint of daylight through the roof of the building, so you know that outside is there somewhere. And I would be completely unfamiliar with those metal gates and all those human beings staring at it, and just very lonely and isolated. So, and then they're sold off and taken to some unknown place then in Northern Ireland. And he was saying, like, they're confined in for 48 hours because it's their instinct to find their way back home. He said to me, in all likelihood, it would be slaughtered by November this year, probably. And I just felt a lot of empathy towards the animal, that night when I was there. I just felt that I was tuning into how it was feeling, and maybe to some extent it's almost like a self-portrait as well. You see, because I grew up on a dairy farm, I would have been surrounded by cattle, and I wouldn't have given them a second thought. They were just a product. I wouldn't have been aware that they had any feelings, that they weren't even alive. That's just the way I was reared, and it's only been maybe in the last year or so that I've become really conscious and aware of their presence. That they're alive, and I'm thinking a lot more about the dairy industry and the beef industry.